what you'd like to share with us.
Thank you very much. Thank you. In the name of God, the compassionate, the merciful, I am very grateful to God for this great blessing of getting together from near and far to share our joint love for God and looking for signs of His will and His expectations from us. Without any exaggeration, I think Piero's talk was excellent and was, what I was hoping he just continues, and I, didn't need to talk. But just as a kind of contribution, so I'm going to share a few words. But I'm very happy and grateful to Piero for speaking from his heart and mind and being very open and very straight and honest. Thank you very much. So with many years of observing Focolare movement in the UK and then Italy and other countries, I found that Focolare friends can be reliable and suitable partners for our path towards unity. For me, as a Muslim, as a Shi'a Muslim from Iran, Middle East, to look for partners for working for unity among Christians, among Europeans, might be not something that comes to the mind the first place. But I was really open and trying to find out, who are the people with whom we can work for, God and for unity in particular. And Alhamdulillah, God gifted me many good friends among Muslims, many good friends among Christians. We have long friendship with many of them. But with Focolare, there is something that is special. And that is the collective nature of this spirituality, this charisma. There are many spiritual people, but it's very difficult to find a group that they are all committed to spirituality, number one. Second, their spirituality is like a thread that connects them with each other and with rest of people. It's a collective spirituality, not personal, individual spirituality. So there are two things. All being interested in spirituality is not something you find in every group. In every group you find good people, bad people, honest, dishonest, or different degrees of commitment. But to find people that are wholeheartedly committed and spiritual is not easy. And then having a kind of a spirituality which is collective. This is very, rare. And then being able to give it concrete examples, realities, like what we see in Mariapolis centers, like we see in Sofia, we see in, economy of communion. So these are all concrete examples of this collective spirituality. So in my humble, search for reliable, suitable, partners for unity, And after many, many years of observation, I thought that with Focolare friends we can, do this. And Piero shared the story very nicely. So I don't want to talk about before Wings of Unity or beginning of Wings of Unity, but just I want to continue with where Piero ended. So when we started this in 2016, so we said, let us continue our own discussion in small groups and every few months come together. So thanks to God, in May this year we had 11th round of Wings of Unity. And if it was not because of COVID, we could have done more. And also Wings of Unity is the only thing that we didn't try to do it on Zoom. We did even some interface dialogue on Zoom, but we said Wings of Unity has to be in person. We wanted to be very close to each other. So over COVID, we didn't have any Wings of Unity. And we had so far 11 rounds. And in December, God willing, we are going to have the 12th round. But we had also many projects, as Piero said, like laboratory. So Tonadico was the first one when we had, about maybe 30 Shia youths and, something similar from Christian youths. And we saw that these youths very easily accepted and welcomed. They didn't need to spend, many, many years, because I think this is what they found very much compatible with their, heart and with their, innate human nature which God has given us. So unity is not a strange thing for humanity. Although our experience of unity is very rare, but it's like love. Maybe people don't see love, but when they see love, they feel, it is not. So you don't need to be taught about the value of love. You just need to taste it. The same is with unity. You just need to taste this unity. So the youths were very happy. We all had beautiful time. And then we shared this idea in several weeks of unity, several visits. For example, once, we went together to Trento. We had very good time in Trento again. We had another time in Castel Gandolfo, very good program we had with Muslim friends of the movement, etc. And also we went to Monte, we went to Mariapolis Piero, Mariapolis Lumonisa. So many, many events. We met with our Christian brothers and sisters in different countries, and they all were happy, even outside Focolare. For example, with Paolo Frizzi, we had a program in University of Glasgow, and we talked about unity of God and unity in God. It was very well received. Soon after Tonadico, we had the 8th round of Catholic Shia dialogue in Kenya, September 2017. And we had the theme of unity of God and unity in God. And then we had 2 half-day program in Tangaza University. They were so happy that they said we should do every year something about unity of God and unity in God. And I am pleased to tell you that this summer we had the 4th summer course for 3 weeks with Tangaza University, which belongs to religious orders, about unity of God and unity of God, and was the 3rd year that after 3 weeks our clerics went to Mariapolis Piero. So 4 times to Tangaza, 3 times to Mariapolis Piero. But this year we had 1 week in Mariapolis Piero. And in different countries, even with Roberto Catalano and Rita, we had a panel in World Parliament of Religions in Toronto several years ago on unity of God and unity in God in many places. So the fruits of our humble projects of Wings of Unity are not limited to our group. It's expanding and growing. We had also opportunities to share this in academic journals. So I hope God, who himself brought us to this level of mutual love and understanding and gifted us with Wings of Unity, would take us further, and we can work together towards having human fraternity. We are looking for universal fraternity. And for us, Benny last night said something very interesting. Benny said, I was thinking why these people are so, much energetic about this idea. Is it because of their culture? For example, their Middle Eastern culture, they are very passionate about things. But then he said, I thought maybe it's because of their belief in the coming of, the 12th Imam Mahdi. So this is part of our work for preparation for coming of Jesus and Imam Mahdi, because I believe that they need to have united helpers, united, people that help them so that they can offer it to the whole world. If we want Jesus and Imam Mahdi to come, we need Christians and Muslims to be united and work together so that we can then be instruments for their universal mission. So I see that in the last 7 years since we started Wings of Unity, God has gifted us with many, many things, and I am very grateful. I myself have benefited a lot from our discussions. Many of the points that, I keep using and referring to came to our mind, in Wings of Unity. Even points not only about unity, even some points about Islam, about the Quran, came to my mind when I was preparing or discussing or interacting in Wings of Unity, because we have covered very different topics. So thanks to God, it has been very great, and I want to thank Piero for being very open, for his dedication to God, to unity, and welcoming this idea, and also to all our Focolare brothers and sisters. So I hope to meet you soon, Piero, in December, and all my unity is with you and all our Focolare brothers and sisters, and I hope everywhere in the world the Focolare brothers and sisters would be able to offer this beautiful testimony of charisma of the movement, which is very much needed today in the world. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
My pleasure.
You are in continuity with my little speech, and thank you very much. We can encounter with Dr. Shomali and all people from Shi'a in December in Lopiano, and also in the center of Focolare Movement in the Abba School. Is a center of study about charisms of unity of Chiara Lubick, and Dr. Shomali encountered a group for scholar in Rocca di Papa in December. it's a very important, I think, very important encounter. We can pray for this encounter because perhaps is a new step in our journey. Thank you very much.
Thank you, my pleasure. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you for the organization of this encounter, the anticipation, because was this encounter will be in December, I think, but you in October, and you have anticipate for my trip. Thank you very much. I am very grateful for this anticipation because I had the possibility encounter with you, and for me it's a grace, a gift of God. Very well. Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Thank you. God bless you.
It's perhaps at this point, if it's okay, Dr. Somali and Piero, if you're open, we could open it up if there are questions or comments from the participants for both of you, either of you. Is that okay, Dr. Somali?
Yes, it's fine.
Piero? Here's a microphone.
Professor Piero, thank you so much for your speech and continuing to inspiring us about being united. I just wanted to make a small comment on the spirit of Mariapolis that I've been feeling. This is the second time I come here. First time was in January, and this is the second time. And in our traditions, there are different shrines that we visit, and it's recommended to visit as a Shi'a Muslim, in fact, as any Muslim. And we recently visited a shrine in Iran, the shrine of our 8th Imam. And when you go there, you feel the love and you feel the generosity of that individual, and you feel so much at peace. And this weekend, and you said it, and other members of the Focolare mentioned as well, why the Mariapolis is named this way. It's dedicated to Lady Mary, who is a woman that as Muslims we respect and love so much, and she's mentioned in the Quran. And in this experience this past 2 days, I really felt the love of Lady Mary. I felt her presence. I felt like we are in her home, and the humility that the Focolare are showing, I really started relating it to Lady Maryam, Lady Mary. The first experience when we came here, if I were to describe it in one word, was love. And then the second experience, if I were to explain it in one word, would be humility. The humble nature of what you're showing. So thank you again very much. And through you, I feel more connected to Lady Mary.
Thank you for the person that live here. I have the same impression of you, because this humility, this generosity, this gift of all life to God through Mary. Thank you very much for all, every one of you. Thank you very much.
Greetings, Professor Coda, Dr. Somali. I want to share with you something that I was inspired to write back in 2019 when we were in Lopiano in June. It was an iteration of Wings of Unity. I'm just going to read it. I'll read it slowly, perhaps, to loud translation. So the title is Thirsty, and my apologies if this is the second time you hear this, because I had shared it with Sheikh and our group in Lopiano when we were together in June. But since both of the core of the wings are present, I felt that it's important to thank you and share this with you. Thirsty. The blazing sun heat presses on my face, and its rays blind me from finding the way. In this desert, I search in vain the trace leading to your rejuvenating bay. My weakened legs can barely lift a step. My blinded gaze cannot discern the road. O God, never have I doubted your help. Is this the bridge to my final abode? Suddenly surged through the horizon broad 2 caravans, moving under one light. They seemed to carry both fire and cloud. Above them, a majestic bird in flight. Leading them both were 2 godly scholars, each bearing the flag of his prophet sent by the one who created all colors. Favored is none, all must be innocent. Holding my hand, they took me in their care, hydrated me with unity's water. In this desert, they said, water is rare. So no one should dwell as a lone walker. The merciful poured his immense love first in our relations and in our bond. So if you really want to quench your thirst, love your neighbor and everyone beyond. Thank you.
Thank you.
Professor Coda, I have a message from online from a husband and wife that you know. Their name is Hussein and Fatima Sharif. Hussein and Fatima Sharif really wanted to be here, but were not able to because of circumstances. If you recall, they were in Lopiano and in Monte, and Fatima was also here in Luminosa. So just a message from them. First, they send their greetings to you, and they're also saying our special thanks to, sorry, my son wants to be in this conversation, so forgive me. He has the energy, so I'm going to be with him while we do this together. So our special thanks to Piero for the heartwarming talk and reflections that has brought us together on the journey of unity. The route to leaves description so aptly defines so much that we have learned in this journey of love. Fatima and Hussein.
From Vancouver.
Yes, that is correct. Both of them are from Vancouver, Canada. Yeah.
Greetings.
They are actually online now. Yeah.
Very good. Thank you. Thank you very much. I look this way because I'm just gonna say something to Muhammad. No.
Hello, team.
No, it's very nice for me to be here to rejoin the journey of Wings for Unity in the Mariapolis, because I mean, over many years, we've begun the journey. What I wanted to say is that, once you said to me that you find the same atmosphere in the Focolares in the different parts of the world,
Yeah.
Well, I have to say that I find the same atmosphere among your followers wherever I meet them. And it's been a special joy to meet them here today and form new friendships with people, some who I met in January, others who have come new. It gives me an added kind of desire to carry on this relationship here in the United States and Canada. So I think we must find a way of doing that, a meeting once every year is probably not enough, so
Yes.
we have to find a way to do it.
Yes.
Anyway, thank you very much. Greetings to Manaz, to your family.
Thank you very
All
much.
my friends in England.
Yes. And actually,
What do you want to say?
team on the 28th, we are going to meet in Welling Garden with our Focolare friends,
Okay.
on Thursday.
I'll be there in spirit.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much for your message. Thank you.
Okay.
Well, if no one else wants to say anything, I need your help. I have a question.
Yeah.
Can you see me? Can you hear me?
Yes.
So I am alive, correct? Because I think I can, after today, I can say, I saw God face to face and I'm still alive, like, Prophet Jacob. I would like to talk more, to say something about what we are experiencing, what I'm experiencing. But I can't do it because there are no words. I would need a new language to be able to express what I feel now. Because, the word we have, the language we have is not good enough. Perhaps is the language that is the only right language is the one that comes from God, not the language of love. That is the one that we live. That's it.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you.
I don't really have anything to say, but I just wanted to say a good thing for that would be just a moment of silence. So if we can give like 10 seconds of silence. Beautiful.
Something. I don't know if everyone noticed. I'll speak slowly, hoping Piero can understand my English. But when Tim was speaking here, the little girl came to his leg there. I don't see her. Maybe it's she. Is it Biel? Amina. Okay. She came and she said, I would like to stay here. Is that right? Is that what you said? Come. What did you say?
I said I want to stay.
Very good. And it made me think of the story in the gospel when Peter and James and John accompanied Jesus, and it was what they call the Transfiguration. And there he was with Moses and Elijah, and the apostles were so taken, they said, we want to stay here with you. So I thought it maybe that's what she was saying also.
Mm.
For Dr. Shamali, someone else just said, we want to stay too.
Perhaps we can terminate this encounter, and we can terminate with another moment of silence. We can renew our pact of unity, of reciprocal love, all together. Oh, good morning.
I want to stay.
Okay, and with all our fidelity of this reciprocal love, because the life is also upon the gaze of love of God, but also many difficulties, many we can encounter in our life, in our society, in our world. Our heart is with the person that in this moment suffer in war, and we are with all of these persons, and we will impact of unity, of reciprocal love for the others, for the less, for the people that suffer more in this moment. Our heart is with God. The heart of God in this moment is with the person that suffer more in the world. And together, thank you for your presence. A wonderful joy for me, this encounter. The more beautiful moment here in USA for me. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you. So just one more second, because there are Farouk and his wife that also wants to do something.
Professor Coda, Dr. Shamali, Bill, brothers and sisters from the Focolare community, brothers and sisters from the Shi'a community, brothers and sisters of the Muslim community, thinking about Sister Amina, and all those on the virtual, online right now. We have been afforded the honor to give words of thanks and gratitude, although we don't feel deserving of this, because there are many people that would do a better job than us. And in this word of gratitude, we wanted to share some reflections about what today has meant and what this weekend has meant. I want to start off with a verse in English from the Quran that my father-in-law would always share with us. I've learned it ever since I was growing up. The verse is from chapter 49, verse 13. Likely you have heard this. The verse in English reads, "O humanity, indeed, we created you from a male and female, and made you into people and tribes, so that you may know one another. Surely, the most noble of you in sight of God is the most righteous amongst you. God is truly all-knowing, all-aware." I share this verse with you all today, with you, Professor Coda, as well, because when I was growing up, I tried to understand, what does this verse mean? And how can we get to know one another in this way? My journey at the Focolare started in January here in Luminosa. And today, as I think about this particular verse, it comes to our hearts and mind what this truly means. It has manifested in the discussions and the openness and the entire journey that you all have shared. This has brought for us a new energy, an energy that we will stay very, very steadfast to, that we will be very dedicated to, the energy of trying to understand God within our lives through His love and through this unity. Dr. Shamali always has shared, so when I met Dr. Shamali and my journey with Dr. Shamali, I have found him to be a godly scholar, as you stated. And his message to all of us has been, listen with 2 ears. Today, this experience has shown what that means, how we can listen with 2 ears. I've been a witness to this. Previously, I only heard. When I met you at Fordham and you greeted me, I experienced Dr. Shamali in you. And now when I look at Dr. Shamali, I see you in Dr. Shamali. And for that, I think this is a message for us and for humanity. And what is amazing is that both of you keep pointing us to God. Look, there is God. Look, God's amongst us. Look. Excuse me, sorry for feeling emotional. Thank you for coming here to Luminosa and for sharing your thoughts about the wings of unity with us. But most importantly, thank you for the relationship. And I too was in Iran recently, and so I want to come from where you come from. And of course, Dr. Shamali is there, so I too want to come from where Dr. Shamali comes from. So with that, we want to present you a humble token of appreciation, both my wife and I, but on behalf of Dr. Shamali and the Focolare community, as well as the Shia brothers and sisters and the Muslim brothers and sisters.
Very much.
So what this is, can I ask Sister Isra to explain? So this is a box of baklava. This is a box of baklava from Dearborn, Michigan, and this box of baklava, I'm going to take this from your hand for a minute. Just take this from your hand for a minute. Just this box of baklava, and this box of baklava is very, very special. The reason why it's so special is, one, is from Dearborn, Michigan, the land of Shia in America. First of, if you turn it upside down. And second of all, it's so special because it was also a gift that I had received on my wedding. So we are giving you the best of what we got.